Welcome back. So this is the color wheel, and during this time I went ahead and finished the secondaries. We did the primaries and most of the tertiaries. So we're at the very end stages now. And I wanted to do these final two with you watching in the video, just to go over these because again, they work with yellow and they are very translucent colors that I've mentioned many times. So it's really easy for these colors, the orange and the green, to overpower them. So I've been going through the same process that we started with, where I go with the outer hue and then I just continue on with the tints, tones, and shades. I do the entire pie slice. And then what's really neat at the very end, you can kind of overall and look at everything overall and see how things are going. And maybe you need to add a little bit more tints or tones and then go back and add the colors. So it's a process where you can sit with for a moment and then come back to it as well, which is always nice to be able to do. Okay, let's go ahead and go with our orange yellow. So if you guys see, I already started with the yellow, and it's really important when you are working with tertiary colors. So those are the combine of a primary and secondary. As you see, these other ones are done already. The blue green, the blue violet, the red violet, the red orange. And you want to make sure that each one has a different color distinction. If they look too similar to the color connected to them, and that just means you need more of that other hue to allow them to have that separation. Okay, so with the yellow and the orange, it's good to apply first the lighter value, the lighter color first, and then go with the next darker color. So for example, if we go back to blue-green, I applied green first, just very lightly, and then I applied the blue, because the blue is a little bit more dominant than green. And then I just kept going back and forth. So again, you're holding onto these pencils as you're building up, and it's really too working with the eye to see what works. Now, because of these mediums, again, working with yellow, I'm going to hold my pencil further away from me, so I am forced to work very lightly. And again, we're making our tertiary colors, so please do not grab a yellow orange, even if you have it in your color palette. We want to be able to make our own tertiary colors. So again, you only want to use stock colors that are primary and secondary. Okay, and again, I'm working very lightly. I'm going to go ahead and add the yellow back. When I'm shading, I'm just doing a lot of hatching again, kind of like strong, long, circular, oval shapes. The main thing, I don't want it to look like yellow, and I do not want it to look like the orange. So I want it to be an in-between color. It's starting to get the color that it looks like it's separation, almost like kind of cheddar cheese in a way. So I'm going to start pressing a little bit harder now. You can tell I'm holding my pencil grip differently, and I am now starting to push the medium into the tooth of the paper with the yellow. Notice I'm using yellow to push in the medium, because if I use this orange and I press very hard, there's a good chance it can start getting a little bit too orange for me. As you remember, the other mediums, we don't press too hard into the surface because we are going to be adding tints, tones, and shades to them. Okay, next is the yellow, excuse me, the white. I want them to look different again from the other two colors next to them. As I add this color, this gray is dominant, achromatic. So I want to go ahead and add the original hue back over it, just so I don't lose the color. And I'll do the same thing with the shade when I get to the black too. Okay. Okay. As I'm working, as you can see, I looked at the other colors and decided to add some more, and that will happen. That's natural. Okay, so here now is my yellow orange. Yay! Okay, last one we're going to do. So our last one is yellow and green. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more yellow. I'm coloring the entire pie slice again. Okay, next I'm going to add now some of the green. Trying to have a light hand on it. So again, our main goal is we want to have a color that's in between the two. And I'm saturating my colors on the outside hue just to bring a sense of dimension to them. I'm starting to get a good color now, so now I'm going to go ahead and press into the tooth of the paper with my yellow. Again, remember I'm using yellow because that's more translucent. I do not want to press the medium in with green because I may start to lose more of the yellow. Next is the tone, which is the gray. Just going over a little bit more blacks. Okay. All right, so here's my color wheel. Yay, exciting. If for some reason I feel like something may be slightly off, again, I can always adjust it. Lots of times there might be a little bit too black. I can go back and add original hue into some of these areas that might need it a little bit more. And that's easy to fix. The main areas we want our outer hue not to look like anything else. So if it looks too similar to a tone or a shade, then I would just fix that or adjust that somehow. Also, it helps if you do this with other artwork to take a photograph of your piece and then look at the photograph and live with it for a little bit and just see if something looks off. Sometimes colors jump out at you or values change and you're able to adjust that if necessary. Okay, yay, so we're done with our color wheel. Thank you very much, and you guys have a great day.